How dangerous is it when your ex-wife, who is a lawyer, marries her divorce attorney who teams up with her to not only destroy your finances, but take your children away from you?
Shots ring out at a law office in Summerlin, leaving a prominent lawyer and his wife dead. Nevada Attorney General Aaron Ford sharing that the victim, Dennis Prince, was his former law partner, friend, and, quote, a brilliant attorney.
The shooter identified as another attorney who opened fire during a deposition involving the two victims. They were on opposing sides of that deposition over child custody. Only a few minutes into the testimony, witnesses say the shooter pulled out a gun, shot across the table, and killed his former daughter-in-law and her new husband.
They say that he then turned the gun on himself. He was representing his son in the custody dispute. Police say by the time that they entered the building, all three were dead.
The patient has to agree to waive any privacy rights and basically hold the facility harmless.
Fox 5 interviewed local attorney Dennis Prince of the Prince Law Group last June about the right to put cameras in nursing homes.
Such a shocking thing happened to a man who was also a lawyer. A deeply disturbing, violent divorce that rocked the entire Las Vegas area. It's still an unfolding story.
Victoria Saha has been digging into the divorce filings between Ashley Prince and her ex-husband, Dylan Houston. Victoria, what have you found out?
To give you guys some background, documents show Dylan and Ashley had 2 kids together. Their ages are hidden in these documents. Dylan filed for divorce in October of 2021. Dylan was represented by his father, Joe Houston. Ashley was represented by Dennis Prince, who she eventually married. Court records show the custody battle starts around the beginning of April of 2022 when Ashley wanted to modify the custody and child support agreement. The following month, a drug test was requested, but the records don't indicate who it was for. Over the next year, there were filings to end supervised visits for Dylan, change primary custody to Ashley, and disqualify Dennis Prince from representing his wife Ashley, among several other moving parts. But documents show yesterday's deposition was because Ashley filed an emergency motion for sole custody. An order granted that, but records show there was opposition from Dylan's side. We now know how yesterday ended soon after that meeting started, but what we don't know is what will happen to those kids in question. Court records show there were many more hearings ahead about this. The next one was set for April 17th. Kim.
So, gentlemen, what if your estranged wife marries her divorce lawyer as she tries to destroy your money and take your children from you? Hey, you're back at the Brothapocalypse channel. Today we're diving into a jaw-dropping, tragic legal drama that reads like a Hollywood thriller. Get ready, cause this case took a bizarre turn that no one saw coming. Let's discuss the characters. Ashley Prince, the ex-wife caught in the crossfire. Dennis Prince, Ashley's divorce lawyer who was scheming for reasons you'll soon see. Joe Houston II, the lawyer representing his son, Dylan Houston, in a custody battle with Ashley. And finally, Dylan Houston, son of Joseph and also a lawyer, estranged husband of Ashley after he filed for divorce for reasons unknown. The twist. Ashley and Dennis's lawyer-client relationship took an unexpected turn. They fell in love and got married during the divorce proceeding. Talk about mixing business with pleasure. But stay tuned for an even bigger plot twist.
Within hours of the shooting, this emergency motion was filed for sole custody of the 4- and 5-year-old children. The motion was granted, giving Ashley's sister, the children's aunt, sole custody. The document references the shooting and says placing the children with their father, Dylan Houston, would be detrimental based on the recent acts of both him and his father, the shooter, attorney Joe Houston. And while police have not released any new information today, several sources in the legal community tell me the voluminous court documents in this case paint a very concerning picture.
This tells a story. You know, what we've seen here tells a story.
Court records lay out the story of a contentious custody case with allegations of alcohol and cocaine abuse and domestic violence, an ongoing case that preceded 3 deaths Monday morning.
These types of cases produce
The deadly deposition. Come closer, people. Come. a tense deposition at the law office of Dennis Prince, the new husband lawyer of the wife and soon-to-be stepdad to his arch-enemy's children. However, the elderly Joe Houston II, there to represent his son, Dylan, had other plans. Suddenly, out of nowhere, this grandfather opened fire, taking the lives of Ashley and Dennis right there in the office. But wait, it gets even darker. Joe then turned the weapon on himself, permanently removing himself from the face of the earth. A truly tragic end to a twisted legal battle. But there's one more plot twist. Legal ethics under scrutiny. Legal ethics? More like legal chaos. Joe Houston had a history. In 2021, he represented a man in another divorce case. When the divorce was canceled by the man because they got back together, the man asked for a refund. Can you imagine that? Actually, unless otherwise agreed to, canceling a divorce within a reasonable time is subject to a refund. Joe's response to that guy, quote, flat fee basis, no refund, unquote. Uh-oh. The State Bar of Nevada reprimanded him, Joe, for violating rules governing refunding clients who canceled divorce petitions, despite having given him a partial refund of $1,300 against a $5,000 retainer and 9 hours billed at $400 an hour. Ooh, man, money. But that's not all. Back in 2006, he got sanctioned for quote-unquote disrespect during a divorce hearing. Yikes. Ironically, in this 2006 case, he represented a woman named Stacy divorcing her husband. And like with the lawyer Dennis helping Ashley destroy his son, Dylan, Joe tried to help Stacy destroy her husband back then. But it backfired because he forgot to file an affidavit describing her financial condition so that the estranged husband and the court know what's fair to pay out. Mr. Houston, being a seasoned attorney, knew full well he was supposed to file this, but he gave a dismissive response that led the judge to hold him in contempt of court, fining him $500. What goes around comes around for some lawyers, unfortunately. The scandalous plot. Imagine the drama. Lawyer-client romance turned deadly. It's like War of the Roses meets a horror movie. Ashley and Dennis started as a legal client-attorney deal, but their scandalous love story unfolded in the courtroom in front of everybody. And Joe, the lawyer on the other side, well, he became the villain in this real-life thriller. Family tragedy. The aftermath, heart-wrenching. The Houston family is in shock. Their statement, quote, prayers and privacy, please, unquote. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas police investigates. Speculation as to their grief. The legal world won't forget this chilling chapter. But what was the tragic plot twist yet to come? As the estranged wife Ashley and her new boo husband Dennis, the high-powered Vegas divorce attorney, lay out their overwhelming legal plot to destroy and emasculate her estranged husband Dylan, all that plotting and scheming triggered the ailing Joe, the father of Dylan, who wants to protect his son in the divorce. All that powder keg of emotions crashed into each other at the intersection of an ugly divorce and a vicious child custody battle. But Joe, the father, had a secret, something to do with his health. It turns out he had been battling a terminal diagnosis of prostate cancer that had returned after being in remission. Was he suicidal maybe? To the point he figured he would both help his son and ease his pain in one lethal fell swoop? No one knows his motive, but his son Dylan is now the only one still standing. And the fate of his 2 children hang in the balance. Oh my goodness. Folks, my people, this was a lot to take in. A total of 4 lawyers, all related by blood or marriage, fought each other until shots were fired. There are no winners in this horrific courtroom battle at all. Prayers indeed to the survivors on both sides and the children. And so it is, the deadly divorce case that defies imagination. Remember, truth is stranger than fiction. Yet another reason The apocalypse of good men continues, because not only is love a battlefield, but divorce court is itself a scene from the apocalypse. Stay tuned for more shocking stories right here on our channel. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this jaw-dropping tale. Until next time, stay safe out there.